it also enters spinal cord here and goes laterally from this one and also goes to the cortex. Understood this? Or not? If I touch, for example, I touch what I said, I put the pen in my pocket, I touch the pen and I know that there is pen, I recognize it, I know that there is paper, so that's why which tract I use? What? This is my question. Which tract? Which? Tell me the name. Fasciculus cuneatus, only this one, because it takes origin from upper extremity. That is why if I have problem with the upper part of spinal cord, upper part, for example, your patient has trauma, for example, dislocation of 7th cervical vertebra. 7th cervical vertebra belongs to the upper 12. That is why it means that you will be find problems in both tracts. He lost stereognosis of upper extremity and lower extremity. But if he got trauma of the lower part of the spinal cord, dislocation of lumbar vertebra, for example, that's why with the help of hand he can recognize, oh, there is pain, but with the help of legs cannot. Understood? I cannot tell me any example in your life when you use sense of stereognosis by legs. When you can recognize the object with the help of legs. Fasciculus gracilis, fasciculus cuneatus, you have to understand where does the impulse start from, where does it go to. This impulse goes to the cortex. Can you feel this sensitivity or not? Do you know any involuntary sensitivity? Involuntary, what we said, ascending tracts which conduct sensitivity, which is involuntary. Can you tell me tract which can conduct any type of involuntary sensitivity? Tractus tectospinalis, right? Why do you think the tractus tectospinalis conducts sensitivity? First question. Why do you think? Maybe you are wrong. Maybe, I don't know. But prove me that tractus tectospinalis conducts sensitivity. Because, good beginning.
Because it is located in the lateral horn.
How? From this name of tract, tectospinalis, you know that it is located in the lateral horn. Even if in lateral horn, I remember that lateral horn consists of two tracts, ascending descending. For example, mini exam will be soon. Mini exam. I ask you a question. Please tell me function of tractus tectospinalis. You forget this topic. You forget spinal cord. How logically you can understand function of this tract? You have to understand, not just remember. So tractus tectospinalis is for this. If you logically understand function, the logically find a way for answer, you will never forget it. On mini exam, on final exam, on your practice, future practice. No.
Tectum of the midbrain identify visual sensations.
I don't study midbrain yet. I don't know functions of midbrain. Visual or hearing, I don't know. Look, the logical way. I forget function of this tract. I forget. I don't know about this tract. I know anything about it. But I know just name, tectospinalis. This name is very compound. I have to divide it on tecto and spinalis. What this name can say me?
Tectum to spine.
It starts from tectum and goes to spinal cord. What is tectum? Where is tectum? In brain. Spinal cord is spinal cord. This schema. From brain to spinal cord. Already I can say that this tract is descending. From nothing I already know the tractus tectospinalis is descended. On final exam, if examiner will ask you, okay, what can you say about this tract? You forget this tract. You did not revise. step by step, tractus tectus spinalis, spinal cord is last. If spinal cord is last, this tract is already descending because it goes to spinal cord. If tract, second step, if tract is descending, what does this tract conduct? Motor impulse, not sensory, but motor impulses. Look, now you know almost half information about this tract. Tractus tectus spinalis is descending, or super, and what? That is why it conducts motor impulses. Super, you know which type of motor impulses? Voluntary or involuntary? Once again, let's look at the name. Tectospinalis. Is this tract called tractus corticospinalis? No, tectospinalis. That is why this tract starts from not cortex, from subcortex. That is why this tract is involuntary. And now, tractus tectospinalis conducts involuntary motor impulses. This right answer. From nothing, I found the right answer. That is why if I am asking which tract conduct involuntary sensivity, of course you can say tractus tectospinalis is wrong. It does not conduct sensory impulses, right?
Spinotectalis.
Tractus spinotectalis. Okay, same way. Tractus spinotectalis. Why do you think that this tract conducts sensory impulses?
Start
From spinal. If spino is on the first place, spinothalamicus, spina tectalis, spina cerebelliaris. Spina on the first place. In 100% this tract is ascending. If ascending, it conducts sensivity. Which sensivity? Voluntary or involuntary?
Involuntary.
Let's look what is written here. Tectalis. Tectum is not cortex, that's why involuntary. But comparing with motor tracts, you must know which type sensitivity does it conduct. Involuntary sensitivity, you're right, but which involuntary sensitivity? Motor impulse is just motor impulse. It goes to the muscles and causes contraction. But sensitivity is different. Visual sensitivity, olfaction, hearing, pain, temperature, tactile, stereognosis, and others. So now I must know what is the function of this tract. Hearing and vision. If you have eyes in your buttock, maybe hearing and vision. Maybe. You sit at the chair and you don't see that. No, this tract, spino, it starts from spinal cord. Which eyes and ears can be in the level of spinal cord? Eyes and ears are on the skull, that's why cranial nerves conduct hearing and vision, but not spinal nerves, not this tract. No? What is the function? Tractus spinotectalis. Может быть.
Снежных частей, степени зрения и слух, это, возможно, кожные и проприоцептивные.
Может. Either skin sensitivity or proprioceptive. You can choose. Either proprioceptive or skin. How do you feel? Is it possible to have skin involuntary sensitivity? No, of course. If somebody touch your skin, you will feel this. Only if you are sleeping, if your cortex is not working, you cannot feel. But in all other cases, you feel. In the bus, somebody touch you, you can feel you turn. Так? So skin is always voluntary. That's why which sensitivity left? Proprioceptive sensitivity. Tractus spinotectalis conducts involuntary proprioceptive sensitivity. Do you remember what is proprioceptive? What is proprioceptive?
Positions of the keyboards.
From locomotor apparatus.
Apparatus.
Right? It goes from locomotor apparatus. Well, who can tell me example in situation in our life where you can use involuntary proprioceptive sensitivity? Here, these two tracts conduct voluntary proprioceptive sensitivity, and I know position of my body in the space. I know. But this tract conducts involuntary proprioceptive sensitivity. from the same receptors, but impulses doesn't reach cortex. They go to the subcortex. So where can I use this?
Время сна. Исполнитель.
И что во время сна? What is during sleeping?
Недвижимое, не знаю как.
No, but the cortex, during sleeping, cortex is not working and I cannot feel anything. I cannot see, I cannot hear, because cortex is have rest. And when you awake, when you're active, but now I am staying in front of you. But just I want to come to the blackboard and take the job. I want. What should I do? I have to go. I have to contract muscles, так, and go to the blackboard. But now I don't know which exactly muscles are contracted. In which degree I must contract this muscle. I want to go very slowly, not so fast. Very slowly. That's why I must contract muscles also in very low degree. Understood it? So I don't understand. I don't know which muscles I must contract. I just know I wish go to the blackboard. But with the help of which muscle? No need to think about this. My brain is busy by another information, not this. That's why. But to contract the muscle, first of all, my brain must collect information about all muscles of my body. And the brain collects this information. And this information goes to the subcortex, not to cortex. I must think about information that I should tell you. But subcortex, lower parts of the brain, can collect information about muscle, analyze it without my mind, and send to the muscles and cause it contraction. When you're walking, look, your arms also move. But you never think about how can you move your arms. They move automatically. But to move, first of all, you must collect information about the primary status of these muscles. That's why any situation in your life, in any situation, you use this spina tectalis. Because any situation in your life corresponds with movements, with emotion. Понятно? Well, our time is over. So on next class, you have to prepare two diagrams.